I am a sinner, and I was a bad sinner. I grew up in a small town in Tennessee, altar boy, choir boy, and next thing you know, I was molested. From there, my neighbor was a drug dealer, so of course, next thing I know, I'm on drugs, and before long, I'm heading to prison. I got to where I hated homosexuals. I actually feared that I was one. I was afraid that I was a homosexual because of the molestation. The one incident that really started it all was I was hitchhiking around the country, and if you would pick me up and talk to me and be my friend, and I got out of your car, I shook your hand, I said thank you very much. But as soon as you touched me, or as soon as you asked me for a sexual thing, I beat you up and I robbed you. And the one incident happened, I happened to rob a man, and I didn't find this out until a lot later when I was in prison, that I actually left him for dead, and he should have died. They ended up offering me 5 years. I went to prison for 5 years. And during that time, of course, it's unbelievable what you see in prison. You don't even want to talk about all that, because it's unbelievable what goes on there. I just didn't want nothing to do with preachers. I didn't trust preachers. I didn't like them. I didn't trust them, and actually, back in October of last year, 2010, is when I met Pastor Ronnie over at Christ the Redeemer Church. We were going to the World Golf Village, and I just one day, it was like, one Sunday, he called for an invitation, and I went up there, and of course I had tears in my eyes. I was crying and boo-hoo-hooing, and I finally accepted God, and I was finally ready to turn my life over. And then in January, we had this little group called Wellsprings come in. And it's kind of an understanding. It's learning about yourself and about your past and stuff like this. And I think I was finally able to forgive the people that I hated so bad. And God kept telling me, James, how can I forgive you if you don't forgive those who have trespassed against you? So, and like I said, the main thing I want to say is thank you, Lord, for your son Jesus dying on the cross so that I could be saved. And that's my testimony, is that Jesus saves, and by his stripes I am healed.